All right. Welcome back, everybody. Ready for another deep dive.
Always ready.
Well, today we're going to be looking at something that, at first glance, may not seem all that exciting. We're going to be looking at a Minecraft snapshot.
All right, Minecraft Snapshot.
But specifically, we're going to be talking about Snapshot 25w09b. And what makes this interesting, even if you're not a hardcore Minecraft player, is this is the second snapshot this week.
Ooh, 2 in 1 week.
So that right there is already a little bit unusual. And we're going to be using just the official snapshot announcement from the developers themselves.
Oh, all right. Straight from the horse's mouth.
Straight from the horse's mouth. So let's figure out what's going on here and why we should care about a second snapshot in 1 week.
Yeah, like this is kind of unheard of, right? Like to have 2 snapshots in a week. It really suggests that either there's something that's very time sensitive that they're working on, or there was like a really critical issue that they felt they had to address right away.
Yeah.
Which, that level of transparency and responsiveness from a game developer is pretty rare.
Absolutely.
So that's really interesting to see.
Yeah. And you mentioned transparency. I think it's cool that they're so open with these snapshots.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it really gives you that behind-the-scenes look.
Right. You get to see the sausage getting made.
Exactly.
And all that.
So let's jump into the list of fixed bugs here in this snapshot. Some of them, kind of standard, fix a bug where.
Yeah.
But some of them are kind of interesting. Like, right off the bat, text not rendering in menus. That seems like a pretty
fundamental problem.
Yeah.
Like imagine like trying to play the game and you can't read anything in the menu. Like, how are you going to change your settings? Like, how are you going to, create a new world? All of those things, like the menus are they're essential.
Absolutely.
So yeah, to have that broken is a huge issue.
Yeah. No wonder they pushed this one out so fast. Another one that caught my eye. Game crashes when trying to render a Warden Breeze.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, these are fairly new features.
Right.
So I guess some hiccups are expected.
Yeah, totally. I mean, the Warden especially and the skulk sensors and how they work, like that whole mechanic is very complex. It involves sound detection and AI, like how the Warden navigates the world. And then there's these unique particle effects that play into it. And getting all those things to work together smoothly, that's a big challenge.
Yeah.
So you are going to get bugs, especially with these new features.
Right.
But it is interesting to see, like, this is one specific thing they identified, like this is something they're working on.
Yeah. And I bet a lot of players are experiencing this. Here's one that I bet impacts the community in a big way. Report player screen broken. So that's the way that players can flag bad behavior online.
Right. Yeah, so that's essential for like online community moderation.
Right.
If you have players that are griefing or cheating or harassing other players.
Right.
And there's no way to report that, then that can just create like a really toxic environment.
Yeah.
So having that working is important for a healthy online community.
Absolutely. And maybe I'm reading into this too much, but to me it seems like the fact that they're fixing these things so quickly shows that the developers are really committed to player experience.
Yeah.
Like they want players to have a good time.
Oh, yeah. I think that's clear.
Yeah. Okay, this next line in the announcement takes me back to my early coding days.
Oh, no.
Testing versions can corrupt your world, so please back up your world before using a snapshot.
I feel like that should be in like flashing neon lights.
Right.
It's so important.
Huge.
It's such a fundamental principle of software development. Like, always test in a controlled environment.
Yeah.
And always back up your data.
Right.
Like, think about it. What if a major software update for like your bank's website wasn't properly tested?
Yikes.
Like, the consequences could be disastrous.
Yeah.
So yeah, backing up your data, super important.
Absolutely. And that makes me think, like about all the different software that we use every day. Do you think most companies are this careful about testing and backups?
I think it varies a lot,
Yeah.
Some companies, they really prioritize like rapid updates and getting new features out the door quickly.
Right.
Maybe at the expense of thorough testing, and then that can lead to buggy software and frustrated users.
Yeah.
But in the case of Minecraft, it seems like they really do take that testing and feedback seriously.
Right.
So Yeah, I think they're a good example to follow.
Absolutely. Speaking of feedback, the announcement ends with, a call to action. Report bugs here, feedback site, Discord.
Yeah.
They seem really open to community involvement.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, the fact that they released 2 snapshots in 1 week, that really says something. Like,
Yeah.
they're not just listening to feedback, they're actively incorporating it into their development process.
Right.
Which is really cool to see.
Yeah. Okay, we've got one more thing to talk about here.
Yeah.
The cross-platform server jar.
Oh yeah, the legendary cross-platform jar.
So break that down for us. What exactly is this?
Okay, so basically it's a file that allows players who are using Java Edition and Bedrock Edition to play together on the same server.
Right.
Which is a big deal because, those are 2 different versions of the game. They're built on different code bases.
Right.
And getting them to play nice together, it's not easy.
Yep.
So yeah, this shows their commitment to bridging the gap between platforms and really unifying the player base.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, everybody just wants to play Minecraft together, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we've talked a lot about this snapshot and what's in it.
We have.
But what does this all mean for the average listener, even if they don't play Minecraft?
I think it's a good reminder that even something that seems as simple as a game update is actually the result of this really complex process that involves coding and testing and community interaction and this constant iteration. It's always evolving.
Right.
And the digital world that we interact with every day, it's built on the same process.
Yeah.
So it's worth thinking about, like all the different things that go into making the technology we use work.
It really is kind of mind-blowing when you think about it that way. Look, we just take software updates for granted, but there are all these people, developers and engineers, working behind the scenes to make it all happen.
Absolutely.
And this snapshot, with its unusual release schedule and all the detailed bug fixes, it really gives us that little peek behind the curtain.
It does. It does.
So here's something for you to ponder as we wrap things up here. How often do you report bugs? Or give feedback?
Good question.
On the software that you use. Do you even know how to do that?
I don't know.
Maybe it's time we all start paying a little bit more attention to the development process of the tools that we use every single day.
It's a good thought. Because the more informed we are as users, the better we can advocate for software that's high quality and meets our needs.
Absolutely. And on that note, that wraps up our deep dive into the world of Minecraft snapshots.
See you next time.
We'll be back soon with another fascinating exploration.